What's up guys, Derek, more PlaceMore8s.com. Today we're going to be talking about Bradley Martyn again. So if you didn't see my video, I don't know, not that long ago, I talked about Bradley Martyn and PRP. So he did a video getting platelet-rich plasma injections into his scalp, which the guy administering it, as well as Bradley were, hyping it up and making it seem like it's some very promising intervention.
What we're doing is we are going to inject his scalp with the PRP. The PRP is short for platelet-rich plasma. What this stuff has are growth factors within the platelet. When I inject the area, we're gonna mow the lawn with his head and inject small amounts to help replenish the hair follicles.
What if you did it into my bicep? Would it make my bicep bigger?
It probably would.
And to be honest, I think it was just a big elaborate ruse to cover up the fact that he got a transplant. That is my speculation, because recently he came out with a video called Wrestling Steve, Winner Keeps the Truck. And he has a hat on here and he's in a wrestling on the mat, competing against some dudes. I don't know, I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. But basically he's wrestling, he has a hat on, and then the hat comes off, and he has good hair. And the comments expectedly are all like, second top comment, the hair is coming in nice, Brad. Let's see, what else? The hair is coming in nice. Yo, Bradley, the hair's lit with a fire symbol. And then Bradley likes it. Brad over here insecure about his hair when he has more than both of them. Now that Brad got a hair transplant, he can finally feel comfortable doing things without his hat. I bet he always wanted to wrestle, but was too insecure about his hairline. And then a bunch of people saying, did he get one? Really? Is there a video? Probably not, to be honest. Doesn't look like a transplant. Looks like he grew it back. You sound like a bunch of miserable people. He did some plasma injection on his head. So anyways, he used to be very, very balding, to the point where he would never really even take off his hat. And when he did, he was super far gone. So any kind of recovery he gets that's significant would either indicate significant pharmaceutical intervention, which I highly bet he already tried, or some sort of surgical intervention, which you see his hair here, and it doesn't look, great, but it's certainly a giant improvement from where he was, and it might, continue to get better. And when you look at it from the top, it's actually not that bad. Like from the front, it looks kind of, it's thin, it's receded, it's whatever. The guys, you have to keep in mind, this guy's coming from like very far gone. So, give him the benefit of the doubt here and don't just be like, oh, it looks like shit, because, even if you get a transplant, it takes a while to grow back in. So anyways, looking at his hair here, you can see what it looks like. It's thin at the front, but you can see sort of, it's better than it was. And it's also creeped up a lot more than it was too. And is this a result of the platelet-rich plasma injections? Like if you look at from the side here, this doesn't look that bad, dude. Like at the top, it looks like he has like reasonable density. It's like fairly receded, but that's because he's been very far gone for a while. But he's getting it back, dude. Now, is it the result of the platelet-rich plasma injections? Fuck no, dude. Platelet-rich plasma, the biggest cash grab ever. And it's a giant waste of money, and never let a fucking person sell it to you because it's horrible. It does next to fucking nothing. So what I think is he got the platelet-rich plasma injections to make it seem like he's doing a, I guess, more mainstream, acceptable treatment method. A lot of people would say, platelet-rich plasma, people are getting stem cell injections, people are getting PRP in their knees and their fucking joints. Like, just putting it in your scalp, it's not that crazy, it's not that weird. Whereas if you get something, I don't know, it's just like a transplant is seen as more, I don't know, it's frowned upon more than getting PRP injections. So anyways, the amount he's recovered here, like, it's very significant, to the point that I think he got a transplant and he used the PRP as a, cop out to make it seem like, oh, it's the PRP. Like maybe he's even hyping up the PRP through this, and he's like, fuck, I can promote our services and get a transplant at the same time and make it seem like it was the PRP and sell a fucking shit ton of it, because it's through his clinic, right? Which, by the way, is something I would never sell through my TRT clinic because it's fucking garbage. But anyways, I think he got the PRP on camera to make it seem like potentially A, that it works, but B, to make it seem like he's doing something for his hair because it's going to be obvious that it's coming back because he's going to get a transplant. And in reality, after getting, PRP maybe once or like a fucking handful of times, not like it makes a difference because it does nothing, he got a transplant and now it's starting to actually grow in. And it looks much better than it used to. His hair is coming in, dude. Like, he has good density on the top to the point that you can like barely see his scalp, and he's like wrestling around and he's sweaty and he's fucking jumping around and fucking tossing dudes. And he's on top here, and like you can't even tell. You wouldn't even think this guy has hair loss from some of the angles. Like, obviously when you get up close, you can see how receded he is. You can see how thin it is at the front and whatnot. But like from some angles, you would not think this guy is like as far gone as he was. So what do I think? Personally, like, I don't know for sure, but my speculation is that he did PRP as a way to potentially cop out of his transplant, which I think he got. So I think it's probably going to get even better potentially as he grows it out. Like, this almost reminds me of like Mike Thurston, the amount of hair loss he had and the kind of like way it's growing back. It almost looks like a, you know, like a Thurston deja vu to me, the way it's growing back. So we'll see how it comes back, but the hair is definitely coming in and it looks way better. Like, good on him for getting on top of it. I guess we'll see, you know, how transparent he is about it, because personally, I think it's a transplant, and I don't know. I guess we'll see what he says, why it's back. It's one of those things where it's like, it's even more obvious than the guy who's like hopped on juice is a guy who was like bald and then all of a sudden his hair again. But you can tell it's not like Joey Swole, where Joey Swole got like a fucking hair system and went from having a bald fucking cue ball hitman blood money head to being like fully like Norwood Zero, like perfect hairline with sick dense hair overnight. Like, that was an obvious hair system. With Brad, like, you can tell, like, it looks like he got a transplant, and I think it's coming back, and I think it's going to start continuing to come back. And I guess we'll see if he hypes up the PRP as the results come out and make it seem like it was the PRP, or if he just says he has a transplant, or maybe he didn't even have a transplant. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is just what I'm guessing based on what I'm seeing. And expectedly, a lot of you guys tagged me because bodybuilder who takes gear and hair loss intersecting into like the fucking, not the holy trinity, but the holy duo of fucking things that is my channel. So, you know, good on Brad for getting on top of his shit and getting his hair, you know, improved and whatnot. But we'll see how it turns out in the future. Like, obviously he's still got a ways to go, but it's fucking, you know, it's much better than it was. Like, he's sweaty as fuck here, and from certain angles you would not really think he has, like, you would know he's like lost some hair, but you wouldn't think this guy was like fucking like gonzo, you know what I mean? So anyways, take from that what you will. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think he got a transplant? Do you think this is a shitty hair system? Like, I don't think it was a hair system. Do you think he, you know, it's the PRP and the PRP is just working? Do you think he's on finasteride for the first time and minoxidil? What do you think he's doing? Let me know in the comments down below. And Brad, if you ever fucking see this and you want some free hair loss advice, reach out to me and I'll do a free consult for you. Normally I charge quite a bit, so, but for you, my man, I would be willing to get on a call and go over some of your protocols and whatnot, because I have, I'm actually surprised like how many like decently big celebrities or like big influencers have actually reached out to me at this point and had me like go over their protocols, whether it be for PEDs or for hair loss prevention or whatever. Like, fucking Hollywood actors at this point, professional athletes. Like, it's kind of crazy how much reach the channel's getting, and I'm interested to see where this goes. So Brad, if you're interested, let me know. And thank you guys for watching. If you want to support the channel, check out anything I am associated with in the video description below. My TRT clinic, as well as where I get my pharma grade hair loss prevention medication, as well as my nootropic and pre-workout formula brand, if you want to check that out, and anything else I'm associated with, all in the video description below. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to you soon.